send you all some warm, positive vibrations. So, I can only be on the internet but for so long. So, as per request, I'm going to deconstruct these, how can I say, Afro Flowah braid buns. So I gotta be careful. It's bees in here, all kind of stuff going on. We got a lot going on here in the garden with all the creatures. All right, so very simple style, no pulling, no oil, no twisting, none of that. This is freedom hair. So before I take it apart, because that's how I that's how I process information, right? So here's what it's looking like in the back. This is super easy to do. So if you want to put a couple of baubles that don't pull the hair, that's what I have here. So this is a nice excuse to, and be careful taking these in and out. Yeah, I'm going to do this little tutorial. So by the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Body-Culinary, professional chef, personal trainer, natural born woman. Shout out to you, whatever your expression is. And yeah, on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, embracing the natural features that I popped out onto this 3D plane with. And I also share encouragement to start a garden, peaceful consumption, food that loves you back, loves your organs, all that stuff internally, and then also garden therapy, right? So greetings. So if you're interested in that kind of content, stay tuned. Right now I'm going to deconstruct this little hairstyle. Keep in mind that my hair is very fine and delicate, and most times, more often than not, when I've tried other styles, they just never come out looking the same because my hair is not dense, it's very delicate, can't take a lot of handling, can't take a lot of pain. So been fresh out from the garden, running around today. So I'm gonna make this quick and easy because I got other things to do with my time. So we have, this is what I'm calling these Afro braid bun, right? So I'm just loving these buns. It's kind of like a mixture of retro. I fell in love with my Auntie Joanne's beehive many years ago. And also vintage clothes and my great-grandmother's sewing machine. Who knew? So I'm all for the beautiful lifestyle. I don't think that we need to torture ourselves. Yes, I can appreciate makeup and all that other stuff. This is not the channel to divide. We don't need one more thing like food or hair to divide us. So we have options. I'm choosing the option that works for me. And I feel like a bug just, ant just jumped down my little jumper. So I have some hairpins that I found that I bought a while ago. Lucky I didn't throw them out, so I didn't have to buy them again. So I do have hairpins here. Okay, so the front, this is all it was in the front. This is that one that I had cut before, and it's growing back. This is my marker for those of you taking the Afro Flowah challenge. And I will say, with these easy styles, that I'm noticing my hair feels springier and softer because it's even less handling. So the hair is allowed to rest here. And again, this is great if you have delicate hair. So all I did was put a little bit to the side, right? And this was the swoop that was here. So you can either take the swoop like this. If you want to tie a scarf around it, you can do that. What I did was take my little swoop like this. And funny, different people are saying it looks to them like a flower. So I basically swooped it, curled it, and pinned it like so, right? So this we're putting to the side for our little swoop-de-doo. Right, so I don't have any dye in my hair, no color. It's gonna go gray or white at some point. Bring it. So here comes the top. Now I've been implementing something. Shout out to the women that used to serve the school lunch with the hairnet. So I'm using some little hair nets. So if you have little pieces sticking up, or even if you have short natural or loose natural, I would wear the same styles if this was, actually I'm wearing a lot of the same styles that I wore as a loose natural. I would just do these in extremely loose double strand twists. So I used to be the double strand twist queen because I wasn't great at cornrows, but I learned the double strand twist worked for me, less pulling also on my scalp. So again, this is our swoop-de-doo. We're putting to the side. Look at that, it's a nice little gray. That's my wisdom. And so here's what I did at the top with my two little braids, right? Because again, we're deconstructing this. So I took one of those hair holders instead of a rubber band, and I basically just took the two braids, two very loose braids, right? And I took the two loose braids, very loose braids, and I simply put them together up here. And I just tuck the little pieces, right? So can you see how that looks? And it's kind of organic. It comes out different every time I do it. So again, so we had the little swoop-de-doo. We had two little loose braids. Again, A distinction here is I can't take pain, and my hairline says no bueno. So here's our loose braids, right? Loose braids, right? So this is it. We all, I think, know how to braid. So loose. And another good reason to do loose is because if your hair is very fine, it's going to become compact over the years from lots of handling. So if for a fuller look, and also for less pulling, we want to keep it as loose as possible. So I got a little bit of length, but it's not very dense. So as I've mentioned before, where my hair is not cylindrical, all of my locks are very, very flat. So I embrace that. So the Afro makes it look more fluffy. And again, I don't want to pull at my hairline or anything. So again, we have the 2 loose braids on the side. That is it. Right? Very loose, so it's not compact, right? And again, you can see here, these used to be very puffy double strand twists. So, and this is before they combine. So at some point, all this is going to break off or I'll trim it off. And so I'm not attached to hair coming down to the floor. It'd be nice. I can have the experience. But definitely for if you have delicate hair, I think combining it gives it a much firmer foundation, right? Looking forward to when the hair is going to mature, right? And become seasoned. So very, very loose. Right, that's it. So you got the 2, and you can also tuck pieces in later. So I got the 2 little lock buns. What did I do with that piece? This, instead of a rubber band, I like things that are very, very loose. I'm just going to put it around the top. So yours may look a little different depending on how fine your hair is. I'm all for, you know, finding what works for you. And this is, I'm having so much fun with these styles. It just reactivated my love for vintage and just the old classy look. I don't want to lock into anything, but I really love it's an energy of it, right? So look, there you go. So I've got that. That's all I do. You see how simple this is? And I jazz it up. You can jazz it up. I've been putting some scarves, so if you have vintage scarves, and I simply tuck it. So you can either swoop it to the side, right? And what people are saying looks like a flower is that I will play around with. I do the little swoop, right? And I can simply take and tuck it and work it with the pins. So that is all, right? So I have 2 kinds of pins. I have the hair pins and I have the bobby pins. So these are the big size. So I'm not poking holes in my locks. And you can take that little cinnamon swirl. I hear my sister coming out into the garden. You can play around. It's organic, honey. I'm all with the tuck. I'm not making nothing complicated. That's not my forte. I got other things to do. So you can make it as neat or as loose as you want. I'll just keep tucking it and playing around with it. But y'all get the general gist. This is what I've been doing, different variations on this. So today I decided to do some braids. So y'all get it? I'm not slicking, no slicking of the edges. I'm not doing none of that. But I am embracing all of these different scarves. So you may have lots of scarves that you have invested in that you're not using. That's what I'm doing. And I just, you know, I'll spend a little bit more time on the bow. But all that slicking and all of that pain, no bueno for me, honey. So I feel like I have been set free because I'm not doing all that. I will keep some pins on deck every now and then. But I'm not doing all no activator, no setting lotion. It just don't make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense. Freedom to go play, lay on the floor, play with my bunnies, going to the garden, that makes sense. But hours and hours, I have the option to play if I'm in the mood. But I'm not going to be no slave to no hair. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have the time for that. It's just not a priority. But not knocking those that, you know, spend more time with it, because I can learn from them too, looking at their tutorials. I want to spend some more time in there. See, look, it looks a little bit different. So I can take the scarf, which I left my scarf in the house. I can take the scarf and put it around here and tie it. And then also, I never really got into the whole turban thing, wrapping the turban in the front. However, you can take a scarf, and let's say if I wanted to preserve this, I'll just simply tie a scarf this way backwards on it. So that's my version now. I wouldn't call it a turban, but it looks really cute. I can put a scarf on that, so when I'm coming out into the garden, I'm not getting all the dust in my hair. My hair is already a sandy brown, and I'm protecting it from the dust. If I wanted to put one of these little fancy barrettes, which I have a couple that are older, I can do that. But being very careful of I have this backwards. Being very careful of my hairline. So I can do this, or I can put the scarf around it, and I think it's classic. It's elegant, it's fun. I can tie that scarf up on it when I'm exercising. I don't have hair in my head, and I don't know, I'm just really feeling like this is serving garden elegance. And it's fun. Greetings, Queen Ra. Thank you. I'm liking it. So much fun. So let me know if y'all try it, right? So I'm not the longest drawn out tutorial again, I got to be efficient with my time. So I'll just come on in the spirit. Sometimes I'm trying to do these shorter videos. I am a bit expressive. Sometimes I've been told I'm long-winded. I'm moving in the spirit, child. I cannot be second-guessing myself. But I hope you'll try it. If you do, let me know. I would love to see also if you have a loose natural, if you try a version of this. Again, I would more than likely do 3. I like odd numbers, 3 to 5, very loose double strand twists. Or a very, that's if your hair is shorter, right? Or if it's a little bit longer and we have a lot of high shrinkage, I would still do a very loose braid and still pin it up the same way. So I'm finding one of the really big gifts of this fine, kinky, cottony, Afro textured DNA marker is it's all about the sculpt. It's all about the sculpt. We've been greasing and slicking, which if that's your thing, do that. But I'm like, this is a unique DNA marker. This is all about the sculpting. So you can sculpt your fro, you can sculpt your locks. This is so freeing. No twisting, no oil. Don't have to use a whole bunch of shampoo just periodically. I can use stuff from my garden. I think I'm gonna have to throw it like a special event, because this is, I think, is a wonderful option for so many. You like odd numbers? I think this is a wonderful option for those of us with fine hair that can't take it, so we can keep our hair on our head as long as we want to. I like odd numbers too. Good to know I'm not alone. Yeah, I like, also as a chef, I know that odd numbers and odd colors look very interesting to the eye on the plate. So this is taking advantage of our unique stamp that we've been stamped with. Like our Asian sisters have those beautiful chinky eyes, which are a gift. You know, our vanilla counterparts, they've got that skin that they can beat with that very cottagecore, fairy-esque, you know, face with the freckles and, you know, the little rouge. We don't blush like that. So what's our thing? Representation matters. Everybody's got their gift. Who else has it? Y'all let me know. But I am so interested. Please share if you try any of these styles. It's so freeing that your scalp can breathe. There's no itching, no irritation. I have a lot of products. Freedom here, y'all. Afrolocs. So I got a little bit of garden duties. One more water before the sun sets, and then we have a section of bees. We're trying to put some new stakes for the tomatoes, and so bees, we have to smoke them out either at dusk or at dawn. So I think we're gonna go handle that now. So hope you all are creating a great day and feeding yourself the most beautiful, vibrant colored, water rich, nutrient dense fuel that's available to you. Do check out Whole Living Foods in the Hood with menus fit your budget. If you've got acne like I've had, check out Natural Beauty No Products, and check out the Raw Vegan Cakes Workshop. All right, see you all soon. Like, comment, subscribe.